We are officially a week away from the end of 31 days of NaNoWriMo prep. Holy cow! Do you feel like you learned a lot so far this month? Honestly, while making these videos, I feel like I've thought more about the art of writing than I have in a long time, and I've definitely learned some new stuff along the way. So let's continue the learning with day 24, which is all about beta readers. If you're only just joining us, hey there! If you're interested in watching the other videos in this series, which you totally should, then I will link to the playlist up there in the cards and down in the description. And in the description, I'll link to the corresponding blog posts to these videos, so if you're more of a visual learner than an auditory one, you learn better by reading information, then you can go over to my personal blog and read that. I actually made a video about this topic a while ago, but since then I feel like I've learned a lot more about the beta process and have much better advice to give. So with that being said, let's get started. Beta readers, for those of you who don't know, are people who volunteer to read your novel and give you constructive feedback. You don't have to pay betas for their services because usually they're just people who want to help you make your novel the best it can be. Which means you have to be extra nice to your betas or else they'll have no incentive to stick it out until the end. Okay, but do I really need beta readers, you ask? Trust me, I understand feeling like you don't want to give your manuscript to beta readers for one reason or another. Maybe the thought of sharing your writing with somebody is terrifying to you. Maybe you really feel like your story is solid enough to stand on its own without any feedback. No matter what your reasoning is though, understand that having beta readers is imperative. Recently, I sent the first 3 chapters of my novel, The Caspian Chronicles, The Forbidden Prophecy, to my brand new, freshly volunteered beta readers, and already their feedback has been outstandingly helpful. They've pointed out certain things that I'd never even thought of, like inconsistencies in my main character's personality, or moments that could be heightened by adding a bit more drama. And I won't lie, when I sent my novel out to my beta readers, I felt pretty damn confident. I really didn't think there would be much of anything for them to tear apart. I should have known better. But now my novel will be so much better, all thanks to their amazing feedback. Just to be clear though, beta readers aren't editors or even critique partners. They aren't meant to go through and line edit your book. And while they may help you with some conceptual things like plot holes, they aren't trained to pick out that kind of stuff. Their purpose is to strictly act as a reader, telling you what things they noticed, what they liked or didn't like. Their opinions are only meant to express what the casual reader will think of your novel. So where do you find beta readers? Depending on how comfortable you are with who reads your manuscript, there's a few places. Most authors find their betas in writing groups and the NaNoWriMo forums, and social media can be a great place to put out a search too, especially if you'd like your betas to be people you know relatively well. This is what I did, since this was my first real experience with recruiting beta readers. I was worried that if I recruited strangers, they might steal my ideas. Since this is my first novel, that was a risk I wasn't willing to take. Of course, the downside of recruiting friends and family is that they may not be as honest with their criticism for fear of hurting your feelings. You'll need to make sure that you make it clear that you need honest feedback. Tell them that holding back their true opinions will hurt you more than it'll help. As far as how the beta process actually works, it's really not that hard once you get the hang of it. The first step I took was announcing that I was on the lookout for beta readers and linking to a Google form that I had made for people to apply. On the form, the information that I asked for was email address so that I could contact them and send them chapters, name, age, gender, race/ethnicity, why they wanted to be a beta reader, how often they read, what their favorite age category to read was, what their favorite genres were, if my novel sounded like the type of book they would normally read, if they felt that they could handle the time commitment of being a beta reader, if they understood that my novel was copyrighted and that they weren't allowed to share my chapters with anyone else, if they understood that I could relieve them of their beta duties at any time, and if they understood that I was grateful that they were willing to beta for me. Seriously guys, you need to make your betas feel loved. They're volunteering their own free time to read your book. The purpose of these questions was to make sure that I was getting a diverse group of readers. I needed some that were in my target audience and some who weren't, so that I could get a better feel for what kind of people were enjoying my book and what kind of people weren't. I was pretty lucky and got a diverse group of betas, considering that I was only fishing from the shallow pool that is my friends and family. Next, after I had chosen my betas, I sent out an email detailing exactly what I expected from them as betas. Reading at least a chapter a week, giving detailed answers on the questionnaire, etc. Then I sent them the first 3 chapters of my manuscript, along with a corresponding questionnaire for each chapter. My process is to send 3 chapters at a time, along with the questionnaires, and then I ask for them to send back the questionnaire as soon as they've finished filling it out. I don't want to give them the chance to change their answers. Once they've sent back all 3 questionnaires, I send them the next 3 chapters and questionnaires. Lather, rinse, repeat. I know that some people like sending more or less chapters to their betas, and that some choose to actually interview their betas as opposed to sending them a questionnaire, but that's really all about personal preference. Figure out what works for you and run with it. I don't really think there's a right or a wrong way to go about it. From there, I made a folder for each chapter and then put all of the questionnaires that I'd gotten back for that chapter in it. That way I'm able to go through and look for trends in answers to the questions and determine if there are things I should consider changing in my novel. And that's basically it. Once all of my betas make it through my novel and send me all of the questionnaires, I'll implement any beta critiques that I feel are helpful. Keep in mind, though, that not everything your betas say will be right. They won't know about certain things that you're planning for future novels if you're writing a series, or one may have just missed something that the rest of your betas caught. Use your own discretion when deciding which critiques to implement into your novel. However, don't allow your ego to get the best of you either. I know it hurts to have someone tell you that something you're proud of doesn't work, but if multiple betas point it out, you can't just assume that they're all stupid. They get nothing out of calling out a problem in your manuscript. Their only job is to help you make your novel the best it can possibly be. Hopefully you have a fuller understanding of the beta process now. Make sure you check back in tomorrow for day 25 of 31 days of NaNoWriMo prep, where we'll be going over the pros and cons of self-publishing versus traditional publishing. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Also make sure you follow me on all of my social medias. I have Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, all linked in the description below. Also linked in the description is my personal blog, readwritelovefiction.com, where not only do I post a corresponding blog post to these videos, but I also post different things about my writing experience, things that I'm going through while I'm writing and editing my book. So if that interests you at all, go over there. Also, you should make sure to check out my official author website, LeightonJWilliams.com, which is the first place I'll be posting any updates or big reveals about my series, The Caspian Chronicles. So if you want to be the first person with like all this really cool information, you should go over there. And finally, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!